My name is John Lill. I'm a professor in the biology department at George Washington University. I've been teaching there for 22 years now. I have been interested in insects since I was a kid and interested in ecology, understanding how basically the rules of life or how the world works. And so insects, because they're so numerous and they do so many different jobs in the natural world, sort of drew me in, especially when I was in graduate school. Nature nourishes my soul. So every time, the more amount of time I spend in nature, I'm always seeing new things. There's never one day when I go to the field to do research where I don't see something that I've never seen before. So I feel very connected to the world and to the sort of life force that nature provides when I'm spending time in the outdoors. So I think I'm sort of drawn to insects that have some sort of dramatic changes, and the cicadas certainly, because they're out of sight, underground, under your feet, basically invisible to people for almost an entire human generation, and then right on schedule they suddenly show up en masse by the billions and blanket the whole forest environment. That's really exciting. So that big change that happens from being invisible and underground to being above ground and very present is really exciting to see. Cicadas are a type of insect that's in what's called the true bugs, and they are herbivores, so they feed upon the sap of plants, mostly the xylem sap of the roots of plants, for most of their life cycle. So brood 13, it's not a new brood. It's been around for 100,000 years or so. No, potentially longer. We don't know exactly how long each brood is. But what's exciting about the emergence that's happening in the Midwest in 2024 is that it's the co-emergence of two different broods of periodical cicadas. So one brood that emerges only every 17 years, and another brood in this little bit southern part of Illinois that only emerges every 13 years. And so those two broods are co-emerging for the first time in 221 years. So the last time they co-emerged was 1803, when Thomas Jefferson was president of the United States. And that was also the year of the Louisiana Purchase. So a really, really long time ago, and it's not going to happen again for another 221 years. So periodical cicadas emerging are a really exciting and memorable event that is sort of ideal for kids. It's a unique opportunity for kids to interact with nature in a very hands-on way. And so at that time, we had a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old who were just the right age to interact with periodical cicadas. They were excited, not afraid, really fascinated by them. And so it was really especially fun as an entomologist getting to share the sort of wonder of these fascinating insects. One of the ways it affected me and my wife is that my youngest daughter, Sarah, was born right in the middle of the 2004 periodical cicada emergence. So she's a late May birthday, and that was right in the middle of that emergence. So it was kind of special. And what made it even more special for our family is that my wife, Diane, was also born in a cicada emergence year in 1970. So 2 generations of people in my family were born during periodical cicada emergence. So we called Sarah our cicada baby because she was born then. Some people are just afraid of insects, and I understand that. There's a lot of insect phobia, but what I say to people is that if you can calm yourself down and watch the cicadas, there's nothing to be afraid of. They don't bite, they don't sting, they might tickle you a little bit, but they're not going to harm you in any way. They're completely harmless to people. So if you can interact with them just a little bit, you might start to see that there's really little to be afraid of.